And we welcome you to the Kia Center here in Orlando, Florida. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and welcome back to my NBA2K presentation of the 2025-2026 season playthrough. It is Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals featuring the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. As we look at the starting lineups for Quinn Snyder's team, Trae Young, Dyson Daniels at guards, Rishaze Johnson at forwards, and Porzingis at center. And for Jamal Mosley's squad, we have Suggs, Bane, and then at the guards, forwards will be Franz Wagner and Banchero, Carter Jr. at center. Hawks took the first two games of the series, but the Magic won the next three, and looking to try to close this out here at home as they win the opening tip. As we see Desmond Bane feeding it over to Wagner. Franz Wagner for three, no good. Dyson Daniels coming down with a rebound. Daniels feeds it over to Jalen Johnson, and that's good. That's his first 2 points of the game. And it's 2-0. Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg would be on the call if I had game commentary up. And there's a three-point attempt. That's no good. Johnson coming down with the rebound. He did not score any points. The only starter not to score for Atlanta in game number 5. He did have 6 rebounds already, and he already has 2 now. Here, defense chance here. Trae Young, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Wendell Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Desmond Bane has it, feeds it over to Banchero. Banchero with the dunk. And we are tied at 2. Conference semifinals so far in this series. He's averaged nearly 23 points a game. Banchero had 22 points in that Game 5 victory for the Orlando Magic. Porzingis feeds it back over to Trae Young. Young coming around. He's trying to drive it. He'll put the shot up. He's going to go to the line, shooting 2 as Banchero called for his first personal foul, first team foul. This is it here. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The last spot to the conference finals is up for grabs. We already had the Western Conference Finals set, and it'll be the real-life matchup between Oklahoma City and San Antonio, in which right now at the recording of the game, this game, it's still 2-1 Oklahoma City in that real-life series. But by the time this video comes out, Game 4 will have been completed. As you see, Trae Young sinks them both. He has 2 points. 4-2 Atlanta right now. Franz Wagner feeding it over to Jalen Suggs. Back over to Banchero. Being guarded by Johnson. Banchero feeds it over to Suggs. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. And the Magic are on top 5-4 right now. Nearly 2 minutes into the first quarter here as Suggs had 15 points in that Game 5 victory. Porzingis had his first sub 30-point game in the series, but he'll get his first 2 points there, and the lead is Atlanta once again 6-5. Porzingis averaged 19.1 points a game during the regular season. Banchero will shoot the three. That is off the back iron, and Daniels will come down with a rebound here as we're nearly 2.5 minutes into the first quarter here in Game 6 of this Eastern Conference Final Series or Semifinal Series. You see Rishaze feeding it back over to Dyson Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. Daniels, he'll put the shot up. That's not going to fall in. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Crossing the half-court line, feeds it over to Wendell Carter Jr. He'll get the slam dunk there. And the Magic on top by 1 once again. As we're nearing the 3 minutes into the first quarter here. Orlando leading it by 1, looking to try to close this series out and head to Milwaukee for Game 1. Atlanta looking to try to head back home for Game 7. The only Game 7 that will take place in the second round, as you see Rishaze will miss that one. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Back over to Jalen Suggs. Over to Carter Jr. He will go to the line for an and one opportunity. Porzingis called for his first personal foul. First team foul called against the Hawks here in the second quarter. First quarter, I should say. And that's the Magic's largest lead. It's 3 points right now. The Hawks led on 2 different occasions by 2. Carter will sink it, and he has 5. Trae Young crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Zachary Richazet. It's 10-6 Orlando on top right now. Richazet will shoot the three. That is off the back iron. Bane will come down with the rebound. Desmond Bane, he'll shoot over inside. He'll shoot the two. No good. Jalen Johnson coming down with the rebound. Trae Young. You hear the defense chants here. Young, alley-oop to Porzingis. Trae Young will get the assist there. And that'll put an end to that modest 5-0 run by the Magic here. But they still lead by 2 over 4 minutes into the first quarter. 14 on the shot clock. Banchero feeds it over to Carter Jr. with the slam dunk. It's the Wendell Carter show right now. 12-8. He has 7 of those 12. Wendell Carter Jr. actually had 15 points and 14 rebounds in that Game 5 victory for Orlando. Puts him in this position. You see Trae Young shooting the three. That's in and out. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Banchero feeding it over to Desmond Bane. Bane back over to Banchero. 14 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Wendell Carter Jr. Being guarded by Porzingis. 10 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Banchero. Banchero put the layup. Shot up no good. Johnson coming down with the rebound. Richazet has it for the Hawks. Coming around. He'll put the jump shot up. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound over 5 minutes into the first quarter. 12-8 Magic on top. Bane will shoot the bucket. That's good. That's Desmond Bane's first 2 points of the game. And a lead up to 6 now. Desmond Bane had 30 points. Back-to-back games of 30 points, by the way. You see Porzingis being guarded by Carter Jr. He'll feed it over to Daniels. He'll shoot the three. Dyson Daniels for 3. And the Hawks are in double figures now, scoring-wise. They're within 3. Wagner feeding it over to Carter Jr. Back over to Banchero. Banchero feeding it over to Franz Wagner. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. Every starter has now scored for the Orlando Magic. In 4 games against the Hawks, he averaged 15.7 points a game. That's Franz Wagner. The lead is up to 6 again. Richazet will shoot the three. He'll drain the three. And now every starter for the Hawks has scored. As we're over halfway through the first quarter here. 17-14 Orlando on top. Orlando, as I said, trying to go to Milwaukee for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. While the Hawks are looking to try to force the Game 7. Daniels coming around. He'll put the shot up. That is no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound here. Banchero crossing the half-court line. Got 15 on the shot clock right now as he's holding on to that one, being guarded by Johnson. Banchero feeding it over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. puts it up. That's good. That's 9 for Wendell Carter Jr. already, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Hawks. We're going to take one as well. 5:04 to play here in the first quarter. The Magic leading it 19-14. Coming out of the timeout, let's look at the lineup set here for Atlanta. We have Young, Daniels, Alexander Walker. Porzingis will move the power forward, and I think Okongwu is going to come in. And Anthony Black will go in for Jalen Suggs, and that's usually the first rotation move for the Orlando Magic during this postseason. Nickeil Alexander-Walker looking to try to stay alive. Possibility he could play against his cousin Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the NBA Finals. There's a shot by Trae Young. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound there. Desmond Bane feeds it back over to Paolo Banchero here. 4.5 to play here in the first. 5-point lead for Orlando. Banchero. He's coming around. He's got 2 on the shot clock. Banchero from the paint. That's no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Feeding it over to Dyson Daniels here. Banchero only 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting, but he does have 5 rebounds. So he's giving them some possessions here. Young, he'll put the shot up. That's no good. Banchero make that 6 rebounds now for him here in this first quarter. Anthony Black feeds it back over to Banchero, over to Bane. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Alexander Walker coming around with it. He has it. We have 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Porzingis. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. That's 7 for Porzingis. It's a 2-point lead now for Orlando after that. Under 3.5 to play here in the first. Banchero will lose it as Porzingis will come down with the theft. Young, he'll shoot it, and that's in there. They say he's inside. Alexander Walker will get credit for the assist there, and we're tied at 19. Let's see, 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Banchero will put the shot up. That's no good. Alexander Walker coming down with it. He feeds it over to Young. Trae Young will shoot the three. That's no good. Desmond Bane coming down with the rebound. As I said, Orlando had a 6-point lead at one point. That's their largest. The Hawks only 2-point lead to this point. Banchero will shoot the three. That's no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. We got a lot of players at the scores table for both teams. Under 2.5 to play here in the first. 19 all at this point. He's it over to Porzingis. Porzingis will put it up. That's good. That's a 7-0 run for Kristaps and Porzingis and company, and he has 9 points himself. Anthony Black crossing the half-court line, and we'll have a timeout call by the Magic. The Hawks are on a 7-0 run with 2:10 to play in the first. The Hawks leading at 21-19. We'll be back. We look at the lineup change coming out of the timeout here. Let's see. We got Kennard, Alexander Walker, and then we'll see Bedaze. Both the Wagner brothers, Bane and Black for sure, are out there for the Magic. So Bedaze get ready to inbound it here. He'll give it over to Anthony Black. Black feeding it back over to Wagner. Feeds it back over to Bedaze, over to Desmond Bane. Bane almost lost it for a second. He'll feed it over to Franz Wagner. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. And the Magic are on top once again, 22-21. As we're approaching a minute 40 to play here in the first. Alexander Walker coming around with a bucket. That is good. The first bench point scored by any player. And the Hawks retake the lead. Both teams shooting 9 and 19 right now here as we're under 90 seconds to play in quarter number one. Game coming to you from the Kia Center here in Orlando, Florida. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Magic win. They move on. The Hawks win. We'll have a Game 7. Mo Wagner coming around with the layup. That's good. That's his first 2 points. And that's the first bench player score for the Magic. Porzingis wants to come back into the game now. We see Kennard. Feeds it back over to Alexander Walker for three. He drains it. Scored the last 5 points for the Hawks coming off the bench, and it's a 2-point lead for Atlanta, their largest lead. Tied for their largest lead here as we got 40 seconds to play here in the first. 10 on the shot clock. Bedaze coming around with the layup. That's good, and we are tied at 26. Alexander Walker will take the inbound here across to the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Caleb Houston. Houston, you got a problem here. Mohamed Gay, here one or the other. Kennard will miss it. Okongwu will get the offensive rebound. Feed it over to Alexander Walker. 8 on the shot clock. Alexander Walker, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Bedaze coming down with the rebound. Anthony Black will cross it as the half-court shot clock is turned off. Anthony Black feeds it back over to Mo Wagner. Back to Franz Wagner. He'll shoot the three. That's no good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter here. We're all tied at 26. If you enjoy what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We'll be back to start the second quarter right after this. All right, to start the second quarter here in Orlando, Porzingis will inbound it to Caleb Houston. So it is Porzingis, Houston. I believe Kennard is still out there. Okongwu and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's the lineup set for the Atlanta Hawks. You see Kennard feeding it back over to Alexander-Walker. And let's see here for the Magic. As you see, there's a miss right now. Bedaze, Tyus Jones, Bedaze, Black, Bane, and Mo Wagner. And I believe that's Anthony Black for three there. And it's 29-26. Nickeil Alexander-Walker Feeds it back over to Luke Kennard. Kennard feeding it back to Okongwu. He'll put the bucket up. That's good. 9 lead changes, 3 ties so far in this early part of the game as we're 1 minute into the second quarter. The Magic on top by 1, and that's no good. Okongwu coming down with a rebound. Luke Kennard crossing the half-court line. Kennard, he went coast to coast there as Luke Kennard will get his first 2 points off the bench, and the Hawks retake the lead. The Hawks are shooting 48%, the Magic at 50%. Black feeding it back over to Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner with the shot. That's good. 4 points for Mo Wagner. And they're on top once again. 12 assists so far for the Orlando Magic. They had a total of 31 in Game 5. Alexander Walker feeding it back over to Porzingis from inside. That's no good. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. Desmond Bane has it for the Magic. Bane feeds it back over to Anthony Black. 2 minutes into the second quarter here. 1 point game. We have a little bit of a back and forth game to this early point right now. 8 on the shot clock. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound over to Luke Kennard, crossing the half-court line. Feeds it over to Houston. Houston almost lost it for a second. He almost had a problem for a second. 10 on the shot clock. Alexander Walker will shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. That's 8 points for him already, and the Hawks retake the lead. They're on top by 2. Tyus Jones coming around, feeds it over to Mo Wagner. He'll shoot the 3. That's off the back iron, no good. Caleb Houston coming down with the rebound. Jamal Mosley is like, where's the offense? Where's the aggressiveness there? Kennard feeds it back over to Porzingis. Porzingis trying to drive through, being guarded by Mo Wagner. Porzingis coming around. He will not get the bucket, but will get the offensive rebound in to put in. Kristaps Porzingis, the first player to reach double figures for any team in this game, and the lead is up to 4. That's the largest Hawks lead right now, as we're going to have a timeout by the Magic called. 8:49 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. The Hawks lead it at 35-31. We have a lineup change right here. Coming out of the timeout, let's see, Trae Young is coming back into the game right now. Let's see, for the Magic, let's see, we have Suggs, Bane, Badaze staying into the game right now. We'll figure out who's out on the court right now. So we got Bane, we got Suggs, we got the Wagner brothers and Badaze. That's for Orlando. We have Alexander Walker, Trae Young, Okongwu, Kennard, and Porzingis. Badaze, he's going to go to the line, shooting 1, actually, as Okongwu called for the foul. Bitaze, all right, it's a Bitaze. 5 3-pointers made and 24 points off of assists so far for the Atlanta Hawks, as you can see here. As we're approaching the 3.5-minute mark, Bitaze. And he'll make the first one. So Bitaze, that's how it's pronounced. And he'll sink them both. Magic within 2. 35-33, feeds it over to Porzingis. He'll have the slam dunk. That's 13 for him. And a lead up to 4 again. Jalen Suggs crossing the half-court line. Suggs will put the layup up. That's good. Jalen Suggs and the Magic within 2 again. We hear defense chants here. Trae Young. He'll shoot the 3, and that's no good. Bitaze coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Jalen Suggs. 37-35 right now. Back over to Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner, he'll shoot the 3. That is no good, and there is a loose ball foul called against Jalen Suggs. His first personal foul. Since that was low on the offensive end, there's no team fouls called. Jonathan Isaac making a rare appearance in a watch game. We're now 4.5 minutes into the second quarter here. 37-35, Hawks on top. Trae Young for three, no good. Franz Wagner coming down with the rebound. Young, 4 points on 1 of 8, shooting 4 assists. Leads it back over to Desmond Bane now. Desmond Bane, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Trae Young coming around. And he'll lose it as Jalen Suggs will come down with the steal. Suggs thought about making a shot, but he didn't, so he passes over to Franz Wagner, back over to Suggs for Bane, and Bane will shoot the three and make it. That's 5 for him in this game, and the Magic retake the lead. 5 quick points for the Magic, and they're ahead again by 1. 6:30 to play here. Kristaps Porzingis, he'll come around, and we'll have a timeout called by the Magic. We're going to take one as well. 6:28 to play here in the second. 39-38, Hawks on top. Coming out of timeout, we have substitutions out on the court. Let's see here. Dyson Daniels and Zachary Richauze will check back into the game for the Hawks. And for the Orlando Magic, Paolo Banchero checking back into the game. See Franz Wagner across to the half-court line. Franz gonna get back over to Banchero. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. That's 5 for Banchero, and the Magic are on top, 41-39. As I said, we had ourselves plenty of back and forth so far. Porzingis will shoot the three. That's no good. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. 16 rebounds for the Orlando Magic so far in this game. They had a total of 49. I think the Hawks out-rebound them 53-49. Suggs will shoot the three. That's no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Richauze has it crossing the half-court line. Richauze back over to Trae Young. Young, that is no good. Franz Wagner coming down with the rebound here. 5.5 to play in the second. Jalen Suggs. He has it right now, and he'll feed it back over to Desmond Bane. 10 on the shot clock. Bane feeding it over to Mo Wagner. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. Mo Wagner has 7 off the bench, and it's a 5-point lead. The largest lead they had was 6 points to this point at this part of the game, and Richauze will shoot the three. No good. Under 5 to play here in the second. 44-39. Desmond Bane feeds it back over to Jalen Suggs. Bane, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Dyson Daniels coming down with the rebound. 5 points for Desmond Bane on 2 of 8, shooting 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Young feeds it back over to Porzingis. Porzingis, that bucket is good. Kristaps Porzingis with 17 points. Young had the assist there. Hawks within 3 right now. Had ourselves some pretty good games so far in this series. And there, Suggs will shoot the three. That's no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Get it over to Dyson Daniels. Daniels feeding it back over to Porzingis. Back over to Richauze. Under 4 minutes to play until halftime. Richauze will shoot the three. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Crossing the half-court line right now. Banchero, he'll shoot the 2. That's good. Paolo Banchero, 7 points for him. Magic 18 of 37 shooting, 17 of 38 for the Hawks. As we'll have a timeout call by the Hawks. We're going to take one as well. 3:31 to play in the second. The Magic with a 46-41 lead. Coming out of the timeout here, let's see. Let's see. Couldn't really see who came out there. Johnson coming back into the lineup, and for the Magic, we got Black, Suggs. We have Black, Suggs. Who else? Pete Daze back into the lineup as well, or on the court as well, I should say. As we see Dyson Daniels, we got 10 on the shot clock. Daniels, 8 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Okongwu. Richauze, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Daniels will get the bucket in there. That's 5 for Dyson Daniels. Gives it over to Anthony Black. Feeds it back over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero back over to Franz Wagner. Banchero with it again. 12 on the shot clock. Banchero, 8 on the shot clock. Banchero with the slam dunk. He's tied with Wendell Carter Jr. for 9 points for the lead for the Magic. The lead is up to 5 again. Jalen Johnson. He's over to Rishaze. Rishaze with a jump shot. That's good. (48-45). Magic on top. Jalen Suggs. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Tipped it. That's going to go out of bounds. That is still Orlando ball. 14 on the shot clock here as Wendell Carter Jr. going to check back into the game. Anthony Black also heading to the bench as Suggs checks back into the game. Bane moving to shooting guard. See Wendell Carter Jr. feeding it back over to Desmond Bane, back over to Paolo Banchero. 9 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock now. Banchero feed it back over to Suggs. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Jalen Johnson coming down with a rebound. 2 minutes of play here in the first half. Okongwu coming around with a layup. That's good. Dyson Daniels getting credit with the assist there. It's a 1-point game. He's back over to Banchero here. Minute 43 to play here in the second. Banchero, he'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Trae Young coming down with the rebound. Young feeding it back over to Rishaze. Rishaze. Feeds it back over to Jalen Johnson. Johnson. Coming around, feeds it back over to Young. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Desmond Bane. Bane. Find it over to Suggs. Suggs to Carter Jr. with the slam dunk. He is the first player for Orlando in double figures. And that slam dunk is worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, proud sponsor of NBA 2K26. The lead is up to 3 for the Magic. They led by as many as 6. The Hawks only had a 4-point lead. That's their largest lead. Rishaze for 3. That's off the back iron. No good. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Rishaze, 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting. As you see Banchero coming down with a layup. That's good to lead up to 5 again for the Magic. And he has 11 points. Okongwu coming around, feeding it back over to Zachary Rishaze, back over to Trae Young. Feeds it over to Dyson Daniels to Rishaze. He'll shoot the 3. He'll hit the triple. 8 points for Rishaze. Hawks within 2. Have a very close first half right now. We were tied at the end of 1. Wagner feeding it over to Banchero. He'll shoot the 3. That's good. Paolo Banchero with 14 points. 14 points on 6 of 12, shooting 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. It's a 5-point lead. Shot clock turned off. Trae Young feeds it back over to Dyson Daniels. Daniels. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Big pass over there. Bane, he'll shoot the desperation 3 to end the quarter. That's no good. But either way, we are reaching the end of the first half. The Magic, 24 minutes away from possibly going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lead at 55-50. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as comment on this video also. And also, if you're inclined to support me financially, if you can, there is a link in the description down below to my Cash App, and underneath that link will be where you can find me on Instagram and X for social media. And with that, we're going to send it to halftime. We'll see you guys in the second half. Back here to start the third quarter here in Orlando. The Magic leading it 55-50. As I said, this is Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. A win will get them into the Eastern Conference Finals, where they'll be playing Orlando or Milwaukee. But if the Hawks find a way to win this game, we will have the two best words in all sports, and that is Game 7. As you see, Richazé handing it over to Trae Young off the inbound. The starting lineups for both teams out on the court. We got Young, Daniels, Porzingis, Richazé, and Jalen Johnson. And for the Magic, we have, as you see, Johnson coming around the layup. That is good to start off the quarter. Porzingis will get the assist. And for the Magic, it is Suggs, Bane, Franz Wagner, Banchero, and Carter Jr. Desmond Bane feeding it back over to Banchero, or had Carter Jr., I should say. Banchero with it now. He has 14 in the first half. He's coming around with the layup. That's good. Make that 16 for him. And the Hawks lead up to 5 again. 15 lead changes and 3 ties. That's the summary there in the first half. That just tells you how back and forth this game was. So this game is to this point over here. Trae Young coming around. He feeds it back over to Jalen Johnson, back over to Dyson Daniels. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. That's 8 for Daniels. And the Hawks within 2. So we're over a minute into the third quarter here. It's a 2-point lead for the Magic here in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The last series taking place right now. Banchero will shoot the 3. That's no good. Daniels with the rebound. Dyson Daniels feeds it back over to Trae Young. 15 on the shot clock. Young, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Franz Wagner holding on to this one right now. 10 on the shot clock. Feeding over to Banchero. Back over to Carter Jr. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Big pass over to Young. Young holding on to this one right now, trying to make the drive to the hoop. Trae Young being guarded by Jalen Suggs right now. Young, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Franz Wagner crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Jalen Suggs here. 57-55. Orlando on top here. 2.5 into the third quarter. Bane, he'll shoot from inside. He'll make it from inside. That's only 7 points for Desmond Bane in this game. Lead up to 4. You see the Magic 24-49. The Hawks 23-50. As far as total field goal shooting is going. Richazé feeding it over to Porzingis here. 10 on the shot clock. Porzingis coming around the layup. That's good. That's 19 for him. Those were his first 2 points of the second half. And it's a 2-point game again. Suggs hitting it back over to Wendell Carter Jr. here. Over 3 minutes into the third, and Daniels will come down with the steal. Crossing the half-court line, he still has it. Feeding over to Porzingis. Porzingis, he'll make the bucket. That's 21 for him, and we are tied at 59, I should say. Franz Wagner crossing the half-court line. As we're approaching 3.5 into the third quarter here. 15 on the shot clock now for Orlando. Desmond Bane getting a little bit of a screen right there, but not that much of a screen. 4 on the shot clock. Bane, he'll shoot the 2. That's no good. Trae Young coming down with the rebound. Chance for the Hawks to retake the lead. Hawks. And there's Trae Young. He'll miss that one. Banchero coming down with the rebound here. Over 4 minutes into the third quarter. Tied at 59. Jalen Suggs holding on to it. 10 on the shot clock. Franz Wagner. Wagner, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Johnson coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Richazé. Richazé with it. Feeds it back over to Jalen Johnson. There's Dyson Daniels for 3. No good. Banchero coming down with the rebound. Banchero feeds it back over to Franz Wagner. Wagner still holding on to that one right now. Feeds it back over to Carter Jr. Over to Desmond Bane. Bane feeds it over to Carter Jr. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Dyson Daniels has it crossing the half-court line. 5 minutes into the third quarter, tied at 59. Trae Young will shoot the 3. That's no good. Banchero coming down with the rebound. crossing the half-court line. 15 on the shot clock. Is it over to Banchero? Banchero, he'll go with the layup. That's good. Paolo Banchero, 18 for him. And the Magic retake the lead, 61-59. Trae Young coming around, and he'll dish it over to Jalen Johnson. 10 on the shot clock, feeds it back over to Porzingis. 7 on the shot clock, Porzingis. That's good. We are tied at 61. 23 for Kristaps Porzingis. Banchero crossing the half-court line. 17 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Carter Jr. with the slam dunk. Wendell Carter Jr., 13 for him, and the Magic retake the lead. Over halfway through the third quarter, and we're going to take our first timeout of the second half. 5:56 to play in the third. The Magic leading at 63-61. We're going to take a timeout as well. Anthony Black checking back into the game now as we look at the percentage leaders this season. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate, but it does say season and not postseason, so I could be wrong there. Rishaze getting ready to inbound it. Starting five still out there for the Hawks right now at this point. But I know Anthony Black rechecked into the game for Jalen Suggs. It's usually how the rotations work. Rishaze will shoot it. He'll make the three, and the Hawks retake the lead, 64-63. Anthony Black, a three-pointer earlier in this game, in the first half. Feeds it over to Banchero for three, no good. Franz Wagner getting the offensive rebound. He'll put it in. That's 8 for Franz Wagner. And the Magic retake the lead, 65-64. Johnson feeding it over to Porzingis. Porzingis being guarded by Carter Jr. He's back over to Johnson, over to Rishaze. 8 on the shot clock. Rishaze finding it over to Porzingis. Porzingis feeds it back over to Rishaze. He'll get the layup in there. That's good. Rishaze at 13 points, and the Hawks retake the lead. Anthony Black crossing the half-court line, under 5 to play here in the third. Banchero. At 10 on the shot clock for Paolo Banchero. Banchero is trying to get through. He'll get the three. The shot up, that's no good. Johnson coming down with the rebound, feeding it over to Dyson Daniels. Daniels coming around with the slam dunk. Dyson Daniels, that's 10 for him. And the Hawks now are leading it by 3. Their largest lead was 4. 4 points was their largest lead. The Magic had a 6-point lead. That was their largest lead. Anthony Black, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. But Desmond Bane, look at that, getting an offensive rebound and a slam dunk. That's 9 for him. Magic within 1, under 4 to play here in the third. As I said, we had ourselves a really good game to this point. Feeds it over to Porzingis. We got 5 on the shot clock here. Porzingis. He'll have to get that shot up. He does, and that's no good, though. Desmond Bane coming down with the rebound. Back over to Anthony Black. Black feeds it back over to Franz Wagner. That's no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Dyson Daniels. We got 15 on the shot clock here. Daniels feeds it back over to Jalen Johnson, over to Porzingis. Porzingis! Wow, look at that. 25 for him. Lead up to 3 once again for Atlanta. Anthony Black crossing the half-court line as we're going to have a timeout called by the Magic. 3 minutes exactly to play here in the third. The Hawks leading at 70-67. We'll be back. Substitution out on the court here and out. Here, let's see. We have Kennard, Alexander Walker. We'll get everything there. I hate when this goes by a little too fast. I know Tyus Jones checking into the game. So see, we got Mo Wagner coming into the game. Let's see, for the Magic, got Mo Wagner, Tyus Jones, Banchero, Desmond Bane. As you see, Bane will shoot the three. That's no good. Kennard coming down with the rebound. So it is Kennard, not Onek Okongwu, and there's Caleb Houston. He'll miss that one. Okongwu coming down with the layup. That's good. Onek Okongwu. 6 points for him, and that's Atlanta's largest lead. 5-point lead for them. 2.5 to play here in the third. Desmond Bane. And that's going to be an illegal screen called against Banchero. That's his second personal foul. Mohamed Gee coming in for Porzingis. It's the Gee, Alexander Walker, Okongwu, Kennard, and Caleb Houston. That is your lineup set right now for the Atlanta Hawks here with 2:10 to play in the third, leading it by 5. Kennard coming around, feeds it over to Houston. He'll shoot the three. That is off the front rim. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. And there's over to Banchero. Banchero with the slam dunk. That's 20 for him. Still a 3-point game right now. As we have under a minute, we now have 1:45 to play in the third. Alexander Walker, he'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. That's 11 for Nickeil Alexander Walker. And now the Hawks have their largest lead at 6. Banchero coming around with the bucket. That's going to fall in. 22 for Paolo Banchero. 75-71, Hawks on top. Alexander Walker coming around, and he will miss that one. Desmond Bane coming down with the rebound. Bane just taking his time for right now. He's back over to Mo Wagner. A minute to play here in the third. Banchero back over to Anthony Black. Back to Jones. He'll shoot the three. That is going to fall in. Tyus Jones, his first points of the game. And the Magic within 1. Under a minute to play here in the third. Got 15 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. Alexander Walker feeds it back over to Mohamed Gee. Gee coming around. That is no good. Banchero with the rebound here. And go. Banchero loses it. He's it over to Houston. Back over to Okongwu. Okongwu. That's 8 for him, and the lead is up to 3 again. Banchero, I don't know what he was thinking. But good awareness by Gee to know that Banchero lost the ball. Anthony Black shooting, waiting it here. 7 on the shot clock. Back over to Banchero. Banchero blocked by Gee. He got a steal and a block now off of him. Alexander Walker will miss that one, as that will do it for the third quarter here. We have a tight one here. The Hawks leading it 77-74. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter right after this. We are back here in Orlando here. Final 12 minutes or so left. We start off with the State Farm assist of the game, and that will go to Trae Young on the Kristaps Porzingis alley-oop. So we see it is Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Bidaze, Mo Wagner, and as Bidaze will get the slam dunk there. That's 6 for him. For the Hawks. So it is Black, Suggs, Bidaze, and the Wagner brothers. So let's see here. We got Alexander Walker, Okongwu, Kennard with the bucket in there. That's 4 for Luke Kennard. Look at that. 18 lead changes, 5 ties to this point. Porzingis out on the court as well as Alexander Walker. Jalen Suggs, he almost lost it for a second. He was able to get control of it. Suggs coming around with a bucket. That's good. That's 7 for Jalen Suggs. Both teams shooting at 49%, but the Magic within 1. 79-78, Hawks on top here. 1 minute into the fourth quarter here. As I said, what's at stake here? The Hawks looking to try to force a Game 7. You see Kristaps Porzingis, 27 for him, and the lead is up to 3 again. Porzingis. And also, the Orlando Magic have yet to lose a game at the Kia Center this postseason. Suggs will shoot the 3. That's no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Alexander Walker feeds it back over to Buffkin. Kobe Buffkin, yeah, he's into the game for the first time. Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Feed it over to Okongwu, but he'll lose it as Bidaze coming out with the steal. Suggs taking his time right now. Feeds it back over to Franz Wagner here. 14 on the shot clock. 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. 81-78. Hawks on top. Anthony Black. He has to get the shot up. He will put the shot up, and he'll miss that one. Okongwu coming down with a rebound. Alexander Walker crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Kobe Buff. Get over to Porzingis. Porzingis with a slam dunk. That's 29 for him. 83-78. Hawks on top. Franz Wagner coming around. He'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 10 for Franz Wagner. And we'll have a timeout called by the Hawks here. 9:17 to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. The Hawks leading at 83-80. Coming out of the timeout here, let's look at the Hawks lineup set here as Trae Young will check back into the game for the Hawks. And everybody else still out there with Bidaze, both the Wagner brothers, Black and Suggs for the Orlando Magic. 9:17 to play in the fourth. It's a 3-point lead for Atlanta. Onyeka Okongwu, 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Alexander-Walker back over to Luke Kennard. 8 on the shot clock. He'll shoot the three. That is no good. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. Anthony Black has it for the Orlando Magic. Back over to Franz Wagner. Wagner will miss that one. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Alexander Walker now has it crossing the half-court line. Alexander Walker feeds it over to Okongwu. Back over to Porzingis. Porzingis matching his game 5 total already with 29 points currently at this point. And make that 31 now. The lead up to 5 again. They led by as many as 6. Franz Wagner. We got 8 on the shot clock here. Wagner. 5 on the shot clock. Franz Wagner coming around the layup. That's good. 12 for him. And once again, the Magic within 3 here as we have 8 minutes to play here in the fourth. Porzingis coming around. And he'll put the shot up. That's not going to fall. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. Franz Wagner has it. Franz Wagner with it. That is no good. Trae Young coming down with the rebound. Oh no, Young almost lost it for a second. He's back over to 14 on the shot clock. Young, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Jalen Suggs coming down with the rebound. 4 points for Trae Young on 1 of 15 shooting. 6 assists. So they are doing this without scoring by Young, as Mo Wagner will miss that one. That hits off the front rim. Anthony Black had a second chance. He'll miss that one. That was a chance to tie the game. Alexander Walker finds Young. He'll shoot the three. And just as I said, Young struggling in the game. He hits a three-pointer, and the lead is up to 6 again. Both teams' largest lead was 6 points. And there's Bidaze. He almost lost it for a second. 10 on the shot clock. He will miss that one. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Trae Young now has it. As we got 6:35 now to play here. 14 on the shot clock. Porzingis coming around. Porzingis being guarded by Mo Wagner. Porzingis. That shot is up. That is going to fall in. 33 for Kristaps Porzingis. And the lead is up to 8. 90-82. Suggs, he'll shoot the three. That is no good. Okongwu coming down with the rebound. Got Alexander Walker has it now. Feeds it, and that's stolen by Suggs. Gives it over to Anthony Black. Black coming around. And, oh, look at that. Mo Wagner rejected by Porzingis. Oh, man. So we're over to halfway point of the fourth quarter. Franz Wagner, 8 on the shot clock. Wagner coming around. Feeds it over to Bidaze. Bidaze with the slam dunk. That's 8 for him. Magic within 6. 5:30 to play here in the fourth. 15 to shoot for the Atlanta Hawks. Feeds it back over to Porzingis. 8 on the shot clock. Porzingis. He feeds it back over to Kennard. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Mo Wagner coming down with the rebound. 20 on the shot clock. Pitch it over to Jalen Suggs, and he's going to step out of bounds. Wow, careless turnover there by the Magic. Look at that again. Mo Wagner, Porzingis with the swat on Mo Wagner. Oh. Substitution out on the court here. Rishaze checking back into the game. Alexander Walker going back to the bench. And let's see here. For the Magic, Bane, Banchero, and Carter Jr. They're going to need these players out on the court for Orlando. Young feeds it back over to Johnson. He'll shoot the three. That's in there. Jalen Johnson. 7 points for him. Huge three-pointer there, and the Hawks lead it by 9. 4:45 to play, and there is an illegal screen against Banchero. That's the second time he's been called for an illegal screen. Jalen Suggs checking back into the game for Anthony Black. Starting 5, and now back out on the court for the Orlando Magic. I believe that's the same case for Atlanta. But Banchero, 3 fouls, 2 of them on the illegal screen. And there's Porzingis for the bucket. That's 35 for him. And the lead back up to 9 again. It's over to Paolo Banchero. Banchero feeds it over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. with the slam dunk. That's 15 for him. Oh, no, wait a minute. That was an 11-point lead now. That was their largest lead. Deficit's back down to 9. He's back over to Porzingis. Porzingis coming around. 8 on the shot clock here. He needs to get it going here. Porzingis, he'll put the shot up. That is no good. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound here. They got to get something going here. 3:35 to play. Chilling by 9. Franz Wagner for 3. That's no good. Dyson Daniels coming down with the rebound. Daniels feeds it back over to Rishaze. Rishaze with the layup. That's no good. Franz Wagner coming down with the rebound here. Wagner finding it over to Banchero. Banchero feeds it back over to Carter Jr. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Porzingis coming down with the rebound. Now it's Dyson Daniels has it. Drives it down. He'll put the shot up. That's good. 12 points for Dyson Daniels. The Hawks 42 of 84. The Magic 37 of 82. And a lead up to 11 for the Atlanta Hawks. Banchero with the bucket. That's no shot up. No good. Dyson Daniels feeding it over to Porzingis, and that's 37 for him. And it's a 13-point lead. As I said, Dyson Daniels had the assist, and look at that. Johnson coming down with the swat, but he'll lose it. Banchero will have it again. Feeds it over to Carter Jr. with a dunk. 17 for him. Points off of turnovers, 11 for the Hawks, 7 for the Magic. It's an 11-point lead. Final 2 minutes here in the fourth. There's Trae Young. Feeds it back over to Dyson Daniels. Daniels, there's a shot. That's no good. Carter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Jalen Suggs. Suggs feeds it back over to Banchero. Banchero, he'll put the shot up. That's good. Paolo Banchero with 24. 99-90. Now they make a stop as soon as they can and get some points, or else we're going to see a game 7 here. Porzingis feeds it back over to Daniels, and Daniels will miss that one. Suggs coming down with the rebound. Got to make a little bit of an urgency here. Suggs coming around. He puts the shot up. That's in there. Jalen Suggs. That's a 6-0 run, and the Magic within 7. Under a minute to play here in the fourth. 99-92, Hawks lead it. Over to Rishaze. Rishaze still holding it right now. 5 on the shot clock. Rishaze trying to put it in. He gets a shot up. That's off the back iron. No good. Banchero coming out of the rebound. 30 seconds to play. Got to show some urgency here. Franz Wagner feeding it over to Carter Jr. He'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. 20 points for Wendell Carter Jr. and they got to start fouling now. And that's fourth for Banchero. Ah, look at that. Jalen Johnson on Banchero there for a second. A few minutes ago on that. Is it right up there? And there's Franz Wagner. Rishaze going to go to the line, shooting 2 with 20.9 to play. Rishaze with 13 points in this game. He only had 8 points in the Game 5 loss. But he's been a big part of the game. He's been a big part of this game so far, scoring-wise, and he will sink the first one as the Hawks reach the century mark. That's 14 for him. Rishaze will sink the second one. Timeout called by Orlando. 101-95. Hawks on top with 20.9 to play. We'll be back. Coming out of the timeout here, 101-95, Atlanta on top. Again, you have to get a quick shot up. It doesn't have to be a three-pointer right now for Orlando. You got to be smart with this, though. Carter Jr. getting ready to inbound it here. He has 20 points as well as Banchero with 24. Bane feeds it over to Suggs. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Rishaze going to go to the line now after Wendell Carter Jr. will foul him. Rishaze, I believe, hit them both. He has 15 in this game. And he'll sink the first one. Make that 16 for him. 15.1 to play. Lead up to 7. He'll miss the second one. Franz Wagner coming around. Yeah, I don't know why they're not taking any urgency here. Suggs, you need to get it up. There's Banchero for 3. Oh! Paolo Banchero with 27, and they're fouling again. Desmond Bane will foul him on this one. Dyson Daniels going to the line, shooting 1. Or shooting 2, I should say. Orlando still does have a timeout. But this is like really nitty gritty here. And Daniels will hit the first one. That's 13 for him. And he'll sink the second one. Timeout, Orlando. Coming out of timeout here. 5 seconds to play. 104-98. Hawks on top. Orlando in trouble right now, but either way, they still have a Game 7 to play even if they lose. But they get a quick shot here. And they're Bane. Oh, they took too much time. Bane will just put the shot up to only lose by 4. And that is the end of the game. We have the 2 best words in all sports. Game 7 coming up. The final score of the Atlanta Hawks 104, the Orlando Magic 100. We will have a Game 7 in our next video. We actually, as I said, this was not a bad game. The Magic were down by as many as 13, but it was too little too late. As you see Trae Young being interviewed by Ali LaForce. You can't hear that because I had the game commentary sound turned off. As Kristaps Porzingis will be named player of the game. And why not? He had 37 points in the game. He even had a couple of blocks there. You see that one on Mo Wagner. And it's time to look at the post-game player statistics brought to you by 2K Sports. As we always start off with the home team for the Orlando Magic here. They are led by Paolo Banchero with 27 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists and a steal. Wendell Carter Jr. with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Franz Wagner, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, followed by Desmond Bane with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Jalen Suggs had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Goga Bidaze, he had 8 points and 4 rebounds and a steal. Mo Wagner, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Anthony Black with 3 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Tyus Jones, 3 points, 1 assist. Jonathan Isaac, 2 minutes of play, no stats at all. And Noah Penda, Jet Howard, Jace Richardson, Tristan Da Silva did not play for the Orlando Magic. And now for the Atlanta Hawks. They were led by player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis, 37 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Zachary Richauze with 16 points and 1 rebound. Dyson Daniels, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 11 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Then we got Onyeka Okongwu with 8 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. Trae Young, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. Jalen Johnson with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 block. Followed by Luke Kennard with 4 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Mohamed Gee had 1 steal, 1 block. Caleb Houston, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Kobe Buffkin had 1 assist. Nefale Dante, Asa Newell, Nikola Jurisic, and Vit Krejci did not play for the Atlanta Hawks. And that will do it for your post-game player statistics. The best words in all sports is Game 7. That is true. But then you also have another cliche that has an additional 4 words to it that relates to Game 7. That is win or go home. That is the situation between these two squads, the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks. And our next video will be for Game 7 and a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. If the Magic win, the series will start in Milwaukee. If the Hawks win, they'll start the series off at home. And with that, Game 7, Magic Hawks. Be there or be squared. If you like what you saw in this video, please leave a like, comment on this video, and if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And if you are able to help me financially, there is a link in the description down below to my Cash App. And also, underneath that link will be where you can find me on X and Instagram if you want to follow me on social media. And with that, remind you guys, the final score of the game, the Atlanta Hawks force a Game 7. They defeat the Orlando Magic 104-100. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.